welcome back to Hawaii Turo. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did. If you're wondering what is Turo, Turo is an app and a website where you can rent your cars out to strangers. I know, it's crazy. I made this that will help you do that. I go with my tips, my tricks, and my staff help you maximize the amount of money you can make and understand the ever-changing rules that Turo does. But yeah, if you are a new host, or if you're just thinking about becoming a host and you got some questions, you want some coaching, want some help, I would say look in the description below, or definitely look at the pinned comment and look up my Patreon. That's how you connect with me. We can go over stuff. You can message me. We can do video chat, Skype, Zoom, or even phone calls. Also, in the description below, I have like almost everything that I use to keep my business running great, smoothly, right? So I got trackers. You gotta have trackers in your car. My wash and wax thing makes it look clean, makes it look like you washed it, and you can just pocket that extra. I got the OBD, and I have a lot of stuff. Just go look in the description below. If you want to get anything, it's Amazon links. Thank you. But yeah, let's get into this video. So this video is my monthly video. I know you've been waiting for it. I've been having all the technical difficulties to get this video out there, but this is here. So before, I'm wondering, how did you do? How did you do for the month of June? Was it your best month? Was it just an average month? Or was it just, just another month, right? What was yours? Put it in the comments below. I know people who definitely like that. So I did about $40,000. I did about $40,000. I never thought that I would do $40,000, but I did, with 16 total cars, but really about 14 cars. One of my cars is in the shop. I'm going to talk about it later, but one of my cars is in the shop, been in the shop for a while, for a power steering thing. It's crazy, it's ridiculous. But yeah, let's get into the car. Let's get into all the detail, the gushy, the stuff you want to see, you want to hear. So like my 2016 Mustang, I did about $3,000, which is crazy. It was about 28 days, average about $107 a day. My cut, that's after Turo's 15%. So that's good, right? It was a little more than 2,200 miles for the month. So, okay, that's good. And then also my 2015 white Mustang, it was booked for 27 days and it did about $27.68, which that's really good. Average over what was it, $102 a day. That's good numbers. That's pretty good. My other white Mustang, 2016 Mustang, was booked 29 days for $27.16, pushing $3,000 on these old Mustangs, almost 100,000 miles on each of them. I averaged $93. And then also, my new Mustang, like my best Mustang, it's priced at about $140, and it was booked every single day, and it did $36.97, or average about $123 a day. That is like high ever. Like no Mustang I've ever had has done that high ever. It's crazy. And then also my other Mustang, my red Mustang, it was booked 28 days and it did $25.40. That averaged about $90 a day. And there's one more Mustang, I believe. There's my yellow Mustang, my cheapest Mustang. That was booked 26 days and it made me about $2,100. So that averaged about $80 per day. So that's pretty good. So let's go into like the Chevy Sparks, the Fiesta, the Sonic. Let's get those good ones. So like the two Sparks, 2015 Silver Spark. It was booked 28 days and it did $19.16, almost $2,000 on just a regular small little compact car. Crazy Hawaii market, by the way. But yeah, so that was like $70 per day. And then the other one, the red one, 2014 Chevy Spark. It was out for 27 days and it did $18.78, and that was about $69 per day. That was pretty good. And then let's get to the Fiesta. That 2013 Ford Fiesta, really like my cheapest car, period. That car was booked for 29 days and I did $19.16. So like I'm doing almost $2,000 minimum a vehicle, which is insane. I love it though. So that was average about $66 a day. So let's go look at the 2021 Chevy Trax, the new lease that I got. It's booked at I have about $140, and it did $35.44. I know, it's crazy, almost $4,000. Booked 28 days, average $126. But let's get into the Camaros, my best cars. I love these cars, even though you're not supposed to love your cars if you have it on Turo, but I love these cars. My 2018 Chevy Camaro, it was booked It was booked 28 days, and it made a whopping $4,000. Insane. I never thought I could do $4,000. I think I did it last month, one car, but this car, crazy. It averaged like $143. Just insane numbers. And it was like 2,000 miles. You know, that's all right. But then my best car, the Batmobile. I call it the Batmobile because it's black on black. You know, if you watch that video of the car, like one of my very early videos, you know what I'm talking about. I love that car. It was booked for 26 days and did $4,000. And I averaged about $155 a day. So yeah, that's all the cars. So I'm wondering, let's put in the comments below, what did your best car do? What did your worst car do? And what total, did you do? Right? Do that. Like your best car and your worst car. That's what people would definitely, and put how many days it went out, right? That's another good thing. Because another thing about all of my cars, like if my cars were available, my cars were booked at about 90-something%. So that's crazy rate. And average cars per day, my cars went out, 13 cars on average was out every single day, which is crazy. And I averaged like 13.55, right? That was 13.55 a day. So that was average, and I think I ever had the average per day, and that's really good. And also, I push extras, and from all the other months, between extras and deliveries, that's about half of my trips, if not more than half. And definitely this time, there's about 227 trips for the month, 68% of them added either one. So that's just more money for me. I made about $1,400 in extras. I made about $1,500 in deliveries. And that's in airports. I made another $630. I don't care too much about airports. That's not where I cater mostly Waikiki, but that's how those numbers bring my numbers up. Simple as that. And also of the 1 or 2 days. So before I do 1 or 2 days, I'm curious, and I'm pretty sure other people are curious. What do you cater to? 1 or 2 days, 3+ days, or airports? Put it in the comments below. But for me, like for this month, which is for a lot of months, like 80% of all of my bookings, they are 1 to 2 days. I know you're asking some Matt, how do you handle that? I know it's crazy. I think I have an average about, probably about 6-7 cars I have to physically get out every single day. Turnover is really high, but it is what it is. Those extras, it adds up. The money adds up. 20, it adds up. And you saw the numbers that I just said. And what else? That's that. Oh, and then you gotta get to the big thing. When people give you the gross, it's the gross. But you gotta do the net. You gotta do gross. You gotta minus your expenses, and it equals the net. But the net is before taxes. So I did $40,000, right? And then my expenses. My first expenses. Like my expenses that the fix the cars. For damage, not too much for damages, but definitely fix cars. Getting tires. Maintenance, that came out to be about $6,000. That's the $6,000. But I had to pay for parking, right? Which if you watch my parking video right here, you can see my issues with that. I paid about $458. I had to pay for Ubers, mostly from the airports. I didn't want to use my scooter, for 45 minutes to an hour to get back from the airport to Waikiki. I paid about $333. The OnStar service, so I can know where my car is, the tracker, lock and unlock too. $157, Bouncie, $67 a month, and just buying supplies, $150, and then obviously my car loans is like $5,000, and all of that comes out to be about $13,000, right? So you gotta take the 40, you gotta do the 13,000, and then you get the number, which I think is still a big number, $27,000 before taxes, right? I'm obviously not gonna get into taxes, but that's what it is, like $27 is before taxes. And that's a really good number. So I'm curious, put it in the comments below. What is your gross? Put gross, or you could just say, what is your net? Or you could just put your gross, whatever number you want to put there that you think, just people want to know. You put that and put where your market is. That's what people want to know. I guarantee people want to know like what they could strive to get, because I look at it. Like I know that I'm not the highest in Hawaii. No, definitely I'm not the biggest host in Hawaii. I know people that have like double the amount of cars that I have. But it's just good, to strive for more. But yeah, if you watched this far, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and hit that like button. YouTube likes all that engagement, and it's just, that's the YouTube thing, but you watch YouTube. But yeah, my next video, I'm assuming that you might already know that Turo did this new incentive thing for new basically putting for us as a host, putting new cards onto the platform. And I'm gonna talk about that. Is it good? Is it bad? Should you waste your time doing it, or should you not waste your time doing it? I'm gonna go over that in my next video. And I'm doing that because of my Patreon member said I should do that. So that's why I'm doing it. So if you get on my Patreon, you can talk with me. If we make a video, there's a good chance that I can do it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Wait for next week. And yeah, hope you have a good time. Make as much money as you can. Talk to you later.